Good afternoon again, fellow collectors and hobbyists. It's your boy Crazy E, i.e. Crazy Eddie from Big Boy Collectibles, reminding you that if you want it, we got it. We ain't got it, we'll get it. So get it while the getting's good. Right now, the getting is good. It's hot outside, so get your butt in here and grab you something for your collection or hobby. I'm gonna do a different video today, one that I haven't done for a while. It's where I open a toy or a figure or whatever you want to call it. This is a new one. It's not an old vintage one. Probably wouldn't do that. But I recently went and saw the new Masters of the Universe movie, and I got some stuff for the movie there, and I liked the movie. If you haven't seen it, go check it out for yourself. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment. Because when I was a youngster, I was a really big fan of Masters of the Universe. It was one of the first things I collected right behind the Dukes of Hazzard, I think, was Masters of the Universe stuff. My uncle Jim was a co-owner or something of Coast to Coast, which later became True Value. And back then, they had these figures in the aisle, the Masters of the Universe. That's where I got my first Masters of the Universe figure. It was a He-Man or a Skeletor or something like that. I can't remember. Well, I think it was Skeletor. Anyways, fell in love with the Masters of the Universe, started watching the cartoon or whatever. Then the movie came out in '88, something like that, with Dolph Lundgren. Totally blew. It was junk. It was garbage. I still watched it or whatever because they had a He-Man, they had a couple of the characters in there or whatever, but it was nothing like what I wanted it to be. This one hit way closer to home. They knocked it out of the park. It was great. The way that they brought it together or whatever I liked it a lot. So anyways, I grabbed a couple of these figures. I got the He-Man, and they had different versions of these. They had like a little bit bigger version that looked more like the old Masters of the Universe figures, and they had these ones. I kind of like these ones better. That's why I grabbed them. I don't know why. There's a Skeletor. They're just different, a different take on the action figures. The older ones, like I said, look more like the vintage Masters of the Universe figures. They only had like 3 or 4 different figures of these. They had He-Man, Beastman, and Teela in the package like this with the red whatever, or the they're the same package. Anyways, they're on the back. They had He-Man, Beastman, and Teela, and on this one they had Skeletor, Mechanic, and Skelemite. You can see in the back. So I'm gonna open these bad boys, and let's see what the articulation stuff looks like. They do sell these at Target. They sell them at Walmart. Pretty much anywhere you can buy action figures or whatever. So it's hard for me to open toys. It's difficult. I don't know why. I just like keeping them in the package a lot. When I was younger, I did not. When I was younger, I opened everything. And looking back now, I kind of wish I wouldn't have, because the value of some of these things are outrageous. And if I would have kept some of my toys in the package, I'd be... If I could go back in time, I'll tell you what. First, he's tight in there. I wish I would have grabbed a knife before I started doing this. He was in there. Okay, so here is his staff, Skeletor staff. A little bit different than the one in the past. The one in the past was all purple. I think in the movie it was purple too. I don't know. Also in the vintage Masters of the Universe, Skeletor didn't have a cape. But on this he's got a cape. And, well, maybe... No, he didn't. He didn't have a cape. He just had the... well, I got one right here. Here's an old Skeletor without his harness. He didn't have his chest piece or whatever right here, but he didn't have a cape. And I would know over here, man. Here's one. Move some of the stuff out of the way. Here is a Skeletor, vintage Skeletor. This is what some of the other figures look like too. It's more like this, whatever. But here he is with he's complete with, he didn't have his sword right here, I got over here, but his chest piece and everything like that. And this one, he doesn't have the whole thing down here like he does in there. It goes And he didn't have the cape like some of the old ones. But this is a Skeletor movie figure, and this is, like I said, they had different versions of it. I like this one. It's more like the movie than I thought than the other ones did. And the articulation is a little bit different or whatever, so I kind of like this one. These are pretty cool. I mean, I can see these playing with some of these other figures or whatever. They're a little bit smaller scale than like the Marvel Legends and stuff like that, and the DC Classifieds or whatever, but give him his staff. Here he is with his staff. I like it. I like it. I'll stand up pretty good. Where do I put the He-Man? There we go. He-Man. All right. Okay, here is his sword. You can see, pretty good quality. Looks pretty cool there. And here's the figure with his harness. Articulation is a little bit different. Again, the old ones, or the other figures were a little more modeled after the vintage Masters of the Universe. Here you see is like the whole thing, a scabbard or whatever you call it, isn't a full sheath. It's one that just kind of like fits in there, or it slides in there, but you can, like, without sliding out, you can twist it out of there. I don't know if I like that or not, but that's the way it is. Compared to the old He-Man, here's the old vintage He-Man and the new He-Man. The chest piece is a little bit different, like you can see. There, the original. There's the new. Also on the back, it did not have, it just had a little snap that is a little bit snug. Right there that you slide the sword into. But anyways, here's the old vintage He-Man. Here's the modern. Again, I kind of like these. These are pretty cool. For modern toys or whatever, but I can't ever knock the vintage ones. Like I said, I was a huge fan back then, still am today. But I think they did good with this. I think they did good with the movie. I think they did good with the collectibles, the toys, the popcorn buckets, all the stuff. I think they knocked it out of the park on that. So good job, whatever the film studio was or whatever. In my opinion, I liked it. Very nostalgic. Definitely worth the wait, I guess. I mean, I wish they would have come out with something better or a little sooner or whatever, but it is what it is. That's my take on it. This is Crazy E from Bigger Bowl Collectibles. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. If you watched this far in the video, please follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Appreciate it, guys. Until next time, this is Crazy E saying, stay hydrated.